Hi and welcome to another battle report. This is the second game in the UB Grand Tournament, and after I got beaten bloody by the Dark Elf, I'm up against Beastmen. And this is it. I will post both our lists in the description below. And to start with the Beastmen, we have from the left, we have a Tuskgor Shaman, mark of Slaanesh. With on the tail there we have some harpies, another Tuskgor Chariot, Slaanesh, a unit of Ungor with mark of Slaanesh, and Snailtongue, and 5 more harpies, 5 Razor Guard with the level 2 Lord of Shadow who have joined them, and then you have 2 Razor Guard, then you have some Ungor bus with 3 Doombuls in it, mark of the Tzeentch, and yeah, they are basically badass and can kill everything in my army, so I'm not going into that. And 2 more Chariot and a Razor Guard. And for me, you can ignore Green Knights on the hill, he will deploy later. I have from left, I have 2 Peg Knights, they have suffered from Snailtongue, a trap, 3 fast cap. They also suffered 2 wounds from Snailtongue. A unit of 10 archer, my Bretonnia Lord on a Pegasus. I vanguarded up 3 Peg Knights in hope of frenzy bait his general out of his unit, but also giving his Razor Guard I think 10 charge, and you will see what happened. My trap, my BSB, who have suffered a wound from Snailtongue. I have my Errant Lance with my level 2 in it, and I have 10 Skirmisher Archer who also suffered 2 wounds from Snailtongue. The Knights of the Realm with my level 4 in it, and 3 more Vanguarded Peg Knights and a unit of 10 Archers. So for Beastman turn 2, he basically pushes his lines up. You can see the Razor Guard close in my deployment zone. He charged the Peg Knights, managed to made it up, and actually I thought, oh, I should stick, I have a BSB and I would probably just stand there and grind for a bit. He did a wound, I did a wound, he have a charge, so I'm leadership 7 rerollable, and I blew it, and I run off. My general and BSB thankfully passed the panic check, but the Treb actually failed and cannot fire, which is a shame because I really needed Trebs to take down his general. His harpies who have scouted fly up over my archers, take out the Treb out of the arc of my fast cav, and I pretty much dispel all of his magic actually. So that's it for Beastman first turn. So this is the Bretonnian first turn. What I do, my general, no, my lord on peg charges his beast core unit. He made 2 wounds on them and he breaks and run away, and I just restrain there. And I move my peg knights up behind him, taking cover behind that hill. I fly my BSB down to make a breath weapon attack on his harpies, hopefully make him panic, but I only killed 1, so I didn't even manage to do that. They are leadership 5 I think, so it will be good. My peg knights back off a bit to make his Razor Guard have a pretty long shot. I think you need a 10 to get into them, and not a lot thing happened in magic. I think I rolled double 1 and tried to get off Awakening the Woods on his Razor Guard unit, but I failed because he dispelled it. And you can see Green Knight showed up and he's blocking off the Razor Guard unit. And that's the Brett's first turn. Oh, I should say also the Treb tried to hit his general. It hit, but he made his 3-up ward save, so I couldn't do anything to him. So for the Beastman second turn, this is what happened. His harpies charged my Treb. They have to roll the inner strength test, failed 1. but then they pass the leadership and they get into it. The Treb crew managed to kill one of them, but panic and died. And the Chariot is moving around the hill. His Razorgore slams into Green Knights. He figured that it's better for them to charge him than the opposite, and I do 2 wounds to him, so I win by 1, but he stays because he's steadfast. And otherwise he just pushes up his single Razorgore rallies. And you see those Razorgore in the right corner. He made that charge into the peg, and he breaks the peg, and the pegs run off the board. But thankfully both my Archer and my Realm Knights actually stick, so that's good at least. And yeah, magic get off Pit of Shade on my Knights. It scattered off a bit and killed 2 of them. And yeah, nothing more happened. So that's Beastman second turn. Well, this is Bretonnian's second turn, and what I did, my peg knights behind the hill fly up behind his Chariot, and my VSB fly up forward. I don't really know where to have him yet, so I just moving into position. My Lord charged his single Razorgore, which fled through the Harpies, but they passed their panic check because the general were in 12-inch, and I redirect into the big Razorgore unit instead. The mounted yeoman go down, try to shoot his Harpies, but miss. My Errant Knight sidestep behind that hill, so his Ungor unit cannot see them anymore. In the magic phase I get off Turn of Vines and Flash the Stone on my Archer, so his single Razorgore cannot charge them. And in the shooting phase I actually managed to shoot down one of the Razorgore with my Archer, which is good. And the Treb tried to hit the unit, but it's scattered off 2 inches, so it's only hitting with this strength 5 hit on his character, which didn't do anything, and it killed 3 Ungor and also the Ungor champion. So that's the Bretonnian second turn. And I should also mention that my general goes into the Razorgore. He takes a wound, he do some killing, he is steadfast because he have a rank, so he stick around. I unfortunately forgot to take a screenshot of Beastman turn 3, but here what happened. His Chariot moved forward a bit, his Harpies flies into the flank of my Archer. I actually managed to stay for 1 turn and fight, killing one of them, but in the second turn he breaks me and catches me with overrun. So now it's in the arc of my Treb. The Treb did something really good this turn because it's firing at his Doombull general, and it scattered off and it killed the 3 remaining Harpies that was hiding in front of the Doombull unit. The Doombull unit, as you can see, have moved up on the hill. I sacrificing my Knights of the Errant to stop him. And yeah, basically his Razorgore rally, and you can see his single Razorgore rallies, and his big Razorgore unit actually breaks. I cut them down where they were below steadfast in my turn, and I pursue them and kill them and catch them. So that's really good. My Archer actually managed to do 2 wounds on the Chariot over there to the top right. And I think that's what happened for our command turn 3. You can see I also used my scroll, and he have Dispel, the Throne of Vines. Not the scroll, the Silver Mirror, but I rolled a 1 to wound Snailtongue. So that's it for our turn 3. So for the Beastman turn 4, his single Harpy charges my Treb and kill it. And his other Chariot move up closer to my line. His Doombull charged down my knights, but everything passes the panic check. His Gnarled moved closer to my green knight. His Ungor bunker moved forward. I don't think they did anything. He skipped magic at all. As you can see to the right, one of the Chariot on the hill failed to charge my archer, and the other Chariot tried to charge them, but I did standing shoot and actually kill it. So that's super for the archer. And yeah, nothing more happened in the Beastmen turn 4. So well, for the Bretonnian for turn 4, to start it off with, on the right flank, the Chariot over there, he have run a lot this turn. First he got charged of the realm, choose to flee, roll boxcar, and he bounces over that impossible stone terrain. Green Knight charge him and he runs some more, and then my Lord charge him and he roll a 10 and he is almost off the board. My level 2, who have left the errant unit, move up on the hill, throw Awakening the Woods on that Tzeentch and roll a miscast 5, but his blessing passes all save. I also get off regrowth on my skirmisher archer, which was very good, because the first 8 archer took aim at his single harpies, didn't kill it. The other 2 guys who shoots to hit on 8s roll 6, 6 and 6 again, so it killed the harpies, which was very appreciated. You can see on the top there, my peg knights move up, they fail charge, and my BSB actually charged the first Chariot. He fled, I redirect into the other, and I pass it and actually capture it and landed, as you can see over there, and that was really good, because then my fleeing mounted yeoman actually had a leadership 8 reroll to rally on, and they managed to make it. So that was Bretonnian turn 4, so over to Beastmen turn 5. So this is Beastmen turn 5. What he did is he takes his 3 Doombull and Gorebull out of the unit and place them next to my drill elements, and his Ungor unit is standing in front of my archer unit. And in his Ungor unit move closer to my peg knights. The Chariot rallies. The one on the top corner actually run off the board, and his Gnarled just run away from everything. I think in Magic he tried to get off Spirit Leech on my peg knights, but I'm leadership 8 and he's 7, so I actually didn't take any wounds. I think he tried to throw Pit as well, but I dispelled that one. And yeah, nothing more happened in his turn 5. Well, for the Bretonnian turn, we can start with the sad thing. I roll a leadership test for my realm to march, and I fail it, and I couldn't do anything. So they just take my level 4 march out of the unit, not march, walked out of the unit to get out of arc of his Doombulls, and my archer just run away as quick as they possibly can. And in Magic I get off Awakening the Wood on his Gnarled and kill it. My peg knights, you can see in the middle of the board almost, charge his Chariot. He chose to stand. My BSB charged the Chariot. He chose to flee. He didn't get out of the arc of the peg knights, and the peg knights eat up the Chariot. So that's it for Bretonnian turn 5. Well, for Beastmen turn 6, 2 things of note. He slams his Ungor and 3 Doombull into my realm knights. He kills so many, so his general didn't get to swing because he was out of combat. The same with the Ungor. Only the champion and standard was remaining. The standard choose to hold his ground and die, and the champion bravely run away. And my archer passes another panic check, as do my level 4. And he's on the other flank. He 6 dice the Rebring on his level 2 and get a miscast and kills my 2 remaining fast cap. Well, for my turn 6, I take my Peg Knights, my Lord and Green Knights into his unit. He uses his scroll to stop me from getting any useful magic off, and yeah, I killed his level 2 in a challenge with my Peg Champion, and he's on a leadership 7 steadfast, and he makes it. Also note my Realm Champion run off the board, and the Archer pass an utter panic test. They have just been so good this game. The Archer unit, they make panic check, they shoot down Chariots and Razorgors and do everything you want them to do. They really outdone themselves this game. And yeah, that's it, the game. So it ended up being I took 1120 of him, and he took 1147 of me, but he's Beastman, so he subtracts 10% of his victory points, so I get 1008 points from him, and so it ended up being a 10-10 for the second game in the Grand Tournament, which I'm fairly happy with. Better than 20-0 against Dark Elf. Yeah. And I'm really starting to see what's the weakness of this army. It can avoid, but it cannot really take out points at all. I should go for a more hard-hitting list with my Brets, I think, but now the list is submitted, and this is what I have to play with. So that's it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you like, subscribe or like it, or if you have any questions, just ask them below and I will answer them as fast as I can. Have a nice one.